What's up, everybody? We're trying something new. I should actually put this more right there. We're trying something new. We're trying anything new. I wanted to do the recap tonight, and the game is still going on. I've been keeping an eye to see if the games would be over yet, but we still have one very exciting finish here. We have Team the Banditos against El Grenas. El Grenas is up exactly 0.3. All Team the Banditos needs is 3 more points. They only have 11.1 from Kenneth Walker so far. But Daniel Jones keeps getting sacked. He just threw a pick 6. And Seattle's not getting the ball. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the recap. I'm going to keep an eye over my shoulder to see if we get the ball back. We get a live reaction of that finish. Obviously, we don't want El Grenas to win, but this game script is not looking amazing. It is still a 3-possession game, 18 points. A lot of time in the fourth. I would think they bring Kenneth Walker out for one more possession. And if they do, I would think he's going to be able to get 3 yards. But I'm going to give it says 57%. I'm going to give it about 70-75%. But this game definitely could still go El Grenas' way. And wow, Daniel Jones just got sacked. Again, that's crazy. That is probably, I think, the 32nd sack, if I'm counting correctly. But, okay, no, apparently 8. But, man, Daniel Jones is going through it. Anyway, we're going to talk about the other games first. We'll go back to that game near the end, and hopefully there will be resolution to it. So we're going to start with the biggest blowout, and it was quite the blowout. El Professor against Untouchables. Untouchables getting the second loss of the season, going to be going to 2-2, but El Professor getting the first win of the season, and a well-earned win at that, 157.1 points. And it looks like we have a quarterback in Indianapolis, the best start of the week goes to El Professor. He had to decide between Anthony Richardson and DJ Dallas catching it, and Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow was playing a very susceptible Titans defense. Very susceptible. From what we knew, the passing defense, good run defense. So you think they have to pass on him. Burrow's going to be able to keep getting healthier, going to have a good game. But you still go with the unproven Anthony Richardson, who gets it done mainly on the ground. 10 carries, 56 yards with, 2 rushing first downs. I think 1 rushing touchdown and 2 passing touchdowns, only on 11 completions. But an incredible game, 33.6, leads the way for this team. Kyron does it again at 32.7. Bijan is Bijan at 23.7. CD, despite not being too involved, only 6 targets, 4 catches, he does get that beautiful touchdown, 13.8. You got a decent game out of Devontae Smith. We'll see what happens with Lockett. It seems like it's going to end up being a subpar game. And some other average subpar games, but because of that top heaviness, you get the win. And everybody knows how we feel about El Professor. Our second ranked team coming to the season. We needed this win. I said after an 0-3 start, there will be guaranteed. One of my guarantees was a winning record for El Professor. Rest of season winning record after 0-3. Although I still think there's a chance for an overall winning record. He goes to 1-3, gigantic game. Untouchables, unfortunately, Kirk with his first bad game of the fantasy season. But Derrick Henry, fortunately, with his best game by far of the season, giving you some hope that potentially Derrick Henry is that guy. Still. So he gets 33 points. I said Untouchables is a team that I believe is going to be able to make a playoff run. A lot of just inverse games this week with Kirk's bad game, Derrick Henry's good game, Tyreek and Mostert's bad game. It's very unexpected how this week went for you, and I think you have to kind of scrap it to the side. Mostert's a guy I've been saying I think it's going to be a 4-team committee. Obviously, he has a high ceiling apparently because that offense, but I don't love as a fantasy option, and it seems like that is the only prediction that's looking great right now because Derrick Henry, who I'm a little bit lower on, had a great week. Kirk Cousins, who I think is going to have a good rest of the season, had a bad week, a lot due to the game script. But anyway, that is the first game that I always spend way too much time on the first game. The second game, every game got pretty close after that. The next closest game, biggest blowout was Team the Chairman getting a big win, 154-124. That's a 30-point gap. Team the Chairman gets a win to go to 2-2. Team the Chairman, our prediction was not much. We don't really talk about. I need to make a bold prediction about. They're one of the only teams I don't have a bold prediction about. The Chairman was a team that I ranked 9th out of 10. They go to 2-2, so a little bit above my expectations up to this point. And finally, Josh Jacobs has a good game at 27.4. And you're not surprised that Justin Jefferson has a good game at 25.5. But not that much help elsewhere. 155 is a good week, but again, that's 53 points from 2 guys. And then, Ayuk also 26 points. So you got 79 points from 3 guys. Fantastic. fantastic. But for skill position players, you want to see more even distribution, I would say, in the long term. Having guys like Tutu, Kyle Pitts at this point, starting to get me a little bit concerned. Aaron Jones on a snap count. I will say that Dallas defense, oh, here we go. Kenneth Walker, can he get 3 yards? He's on my team as well. Don't get hurt. Okay, play action. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Looks like that's going to be JSN for 2 yards. Going to have to wait a little bit longer. Let's see what happens. Dallas defense, an incredible ad. Defenses usually don't sustain this production, but just really, really beneficial for you up to this point of the season. And you go to 2-2. And it seems like the group chat is starting to realize what's going on because you guys are finally activating. Paco Libre flagged that 3 more yards and you tie, 4 and you win to Team Up Bandidos. Paco Libre, I'm already all over that shit. I'm all over this shit. Okay. Before we talk about Team the Crucifier, let's see if Kenneth Walker could get us some yards here. Another play action. You need the first down here, and you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. Wow, that's rough. We'll see what happens next game. Next play. Team the Crucifier. I said he's up to 7th in the playoff rankings, and I could very much envision a playoff run. 124 is not going to completely get it done. You had one ceiling performance in A.J. Brown, but you had a really bad game from Amari Cooper without Deshaun Watson, so I think you could put that to the side. Bad game with Debo with Ayuk out, who I did say I do think Debo is a lower-end wide receiver too, while Ayuk is playing, and can you get 3 yards? He's not even on the field. It's DJ Dallas. You need a first down here. Geno Smith drops back. He's looking. He finds DJ Dallas, misses him. This could be a devastating, devastating loss. You will probably get one more possession if I had to guess, but I don't know. Okay, so yeah, I would say for Team the Crucifier, the reason I have you 7 in the power rankings and as a very bubble playoff team is for exactly this reason. Not an even distribution, not that much contributions outside of A.J. Brown. There's a lot of talent on the team, but as far as ceiling plays, you lose that ceiling play with Deebo Samuel, especially with Deshaun Watson out. You don't have it with Amari, but Amari is not the highest ceiling wide receiver one they're going to find. ETN, you see Bigsby getting involved. DeAndre Swift, you see Gainwell getting involved. I believe he got a touchdown, and that is why Crucifier is still a good team. There's talent, but compared to other teams, less ceiling plays than them, and that's why I have you as a bubble team. And I'm going to stick to that prediction. I'm not going to change many predictions unless I really feel compelled, because I do like being very stubborn and just rooting for my predictions to come true. The next game we need to talk about was also a decent margin. This one was actually a 22-point gap, and it was 2 teams that played really well. El Captain getting a very tough loss. Obviously an El Captain team that we like a lot, but they go to 2-2, a very tough loss despite Josh Allen's 50.5 points. 50.5 points. But there's a lot of reason for concern with this team. And yes, by the way, he still does have DK Metcalf. So if for any reason DK Metcalf goes and gets 2 80-yard touchdowns, you're back. But Team El Captain, I have you ranked number 1, but I'm a little bit concerned. You have Zach Moss, who now it appears Jonathan Taylor may come back to this team, despite what many of us believed. You also have Jerome Ford, who is not looking like he's going to be an absolute workhorse. He's going to maybe be able to get in the end zone. He's going to get enough action and maybe start, but this is not a great running back group if those are your 2 guys. I believe this team had an injury early on. I'm blanking out who it was. I think it could have been Nick Chubb. I don't know. But there's no way this team's the best team in the league right now. There's just no way. So with that being said, and by the way, huge shout out to the Nico Collins start. Absolutely amazing, but I wouldn't want to start 2 Texans wide receivers. You also started Tank Dell. El Captain, what does this mean for El Captain? What's the future of El Captain? He goes 2-2. Let's see my most recent prediction, because before I really contradict myself. Despite the injury, I did say injury, nice. El Captain makes a playoff run, but not winning at all. I'm going to stick with it. I actually really like my prediction. It's only been a week or 2, so I can't say anything. But that's exactly how I feel. But Paco Libre is the story here, because Paco Libre goes to 4-0, a team that I definitely doubted early in the season. I said it was a middle-of-the-road team. But Paco Libre gets McCaffrey's 55 points to absolutely lead the way. He also gets Kamara back, and Kamara didn't really look overall crazy efficient, but he got like 13 catches on 14 targets. Maybe he didn't get that many yards, but that involvement is going to lead to some incredible production, especially when Carr comes back. So this McCaffrey-Kamara group is just looking absolutely stunningly beautiful. Mahomes had a bad game, you got away with it. Drake London had a bad game, you got away with it. Judy had a bad game, you got away with it. You got to be happy about DJ Moore's good game. You just can't rely on it every week. And despite Sam Laporta not doing that much, he got 4 catches for 56 yards in the first half. Nothing after that. He basically did everything in the first quarter, but man, does he look good. I think a game script game, they're passing it. I could see Laporta being very effective rest of season for you. Looking at your bench, you're not getting that much help. You actually have an empty bench spot, which I always hate to see. So if you're Paco Libre, you're 4-0, you're very excited, you have a great running back group. The wide receiver group, still something that I'm keeping an eye on. I did say for Paco Libre, and this could be a call that I could be wrong. I said, I don't think Paco Libre is going to finish in the top half. With Kamara coming back like this, it's hard for me to stick to that opinion. What happened to Daniel Jones this time? I can't believe he got sacked again. It's insane. It's insane. Screen pass. By the way, Darren Waller is not a part of this team. I don't think he came to the stadium. I went to the Jets game, by the way, last night. Just painful. They fucked us. The refs fucked us. Anyway, okay, so Paco, and I won my fantasy game, though, these guys. I'm 3-1. I made a trade. Did I tell you my trade yet? After this game. So actually, no, we're done with Paco Libre. Paco Libre 4-0. My prediction not finishing in the top half is looking absolutely horrendous. Continue to prove us wrong, Paco Libre. The last game before the live game that we're going to revisit. Oh, Daniel Jones. Nice run by Daniel Jones. The last game is between... my game. I made one more trade. Did I tell you about it? I might have emailed Caesar about it, but I did trade for Waddle and Lamar, and I gave up Kamara. Still, I think it's a good deal. And I got Charbonnet as my backup, and I gave up Michael Thomas. Let's see what happens here. Oh, and Joe Burrow. Is Joe Burrow droppable? Darius Slayton, by the way, and this is the last thing I'll do. I'm a little bit less focused this time. Maybe I'll stop doing it during the games. Weirdest career ever. I think he's 4 or 5 seasons as the number 1 receiver on the Giants, and he's never had a good season. I'm not even saying anything bad about it, but have you ever seen a guy keep the number 1 overall wide receiver spot? They don't sign anyone else to be the wide receiver 1. I guess Golladay, but no one takes that role with such little production. It's the weirdest career ever. Oh my gosh, this is ugly. This is ugly. I'm not a Giants fan, but I'm in New York, and I'm kind of embarrassed to be associated. Okay. Pain Train gets a big win. Neither of these teams deserve to win. We have to start with that. These teams played like the 1-2 and 0-3 teams that we said they were coming into. That they were coming into the season. The teams that we said Sons of Chaos was my new enemy because they didn't play Eckler, but then we made up for it. And I did say I don't think this team can make the playoffs. I'm not done chaining them yet, and I'm still not done chaining them. But they go to 0-4. Pollard, bad game. That's your best player by a mile. So that's very frustrating. Waddle also was. Oh my gosh, what happened? Don't get a touchdown. Give Kenneth Walker another chance. Let's see if Kenneth Walker takes the field. Honestly, up 3 possessions. Charbonnet hasn't gotten that many snaps. It might be a Charbonnet situation, but we're going to see. This has been a rough one for the Giants. Pollard and Waddle, I have both on my team, so I am biased. I think they're both in for much better weeks. B-Rob, I think we know is in for better weeks given what we've seen. I think Dak Prescott in a game that warrants it is going to be in for better weeks. I think you got fucked by the game script here. I think if the Cowboys defense doesn't get 2 touchdowns, you win this game because Dak and Pollard, one of them getting another touchdown or 2. So very, very frustrating. First Sons of Chaos to go to 0-4. Again, not playoffs, but you gave a nice reply, and we're going to be rooting for you. Wow, that pass rush is killing Daniel Jones. At least it wasn't fully his fault. For Pain Train, I said it's a team that I'm lower on, and it's going to be wins or losses based on Gibbs. And I honestly think that was a good prediction. I think it would have been true this week against almost every team, but you just happen to play a softer team. It's Kenneth Walker, guys. It's Kenneth Walker. Let's go, Kenneth. You got to hand it off. Oh, he gets the ball. Can he get yards? He goes. 4 yards. 4 yards. El Grenos with the loss. El Grenos with the fucking loss. Just kidding. It's not actually over yet because first of all, I didn't mean that, El Grenos. Dude, I still don't know if El Grenos and I have actual beef and he laughs it off, or if he fucking has like a poster of me, he jerks off to everybody. No, he throws darts at everybody. This is becoming more and more unhinged. One day I'm going to cross the line. One day I'm going to cross the line. Okay. Okay, I just want to see if he goes backwards really quick, because it's very possible. Because they know they're going to run it. Nope. Nope! Go, Kenneth! Go, Kenneth! Beat him! Beat him! Oh! Fuck me in the dick! Fuck me in the dick! I have Kenneth on my team. I just want those points. Someone texted in the first quarter on my group chat with the league, how's Kenneth Walker doing? Because he traded me Kenneth Walker for, I think I traded him like 2 peanuts. Fucking fucked him. And, oh, he gotta finish that shit! I'm gonna put a warning for profanity here when I email this to Caesar. You gotta finish that shit. He knows it too. He's a good running back, dude. Charbonnet's good too. He's still in. Huddle up, boys. Huddle up. Go left. Soft spot on the left side. Oh, false start, you fuck. Okay, sorry. Pain Train. I don't know what I was doing, guys. Oh, I think that was a good prediction. I think this team really didn't fully deserve a win, but congrats on that. A-Chan? Is it A-Chain? I forgot. They said on Red Zone what the actual name was. 32 points. Great start. You have to guess he's going to keep being productive, but again, I'm same warning with Mostert. The ceiling for consistent play is not there. You're not going to be getting a top 10 back rest of season, even if he looks like it. All right, Kennison. Hold on, boys. Good play. Absolutely nothing. Nice move. That's a pretty 1 yard run. I take 1 yard anytime. 0.1. I could win overall by 0.1 in the overall standings tiebreaker to get the first seed. Okay, enough about Kenneth Walker though. They're probably gonna bring Charbonnet in at least for third down. But okay, so I don't even know. I don't even know what to say anymore. Addison with 0 points, 0 catches on 1 target. Kenneth Walker 6.5. It's just not a championship team. It's what I said about Pain Train before. I said lower on Pain Train. I'm gonna stick with it. 2-2. I'm gonna say bottom half of standings, and I'll just actually cement that prediction at 2-2. I'll just say under 500 this season. That's just how I feel about this team. Sons of Chaos 0-4. We spoke about it, but I do hope you start getting some wins, even though I don't expect it. And now we can finally recap Team the Banditos. I didn't miss that play, but I'm guessing it wasn't Kenneth Walker running it in for a touchdown, given that it says 3rd and goal. And I would imagine Charbonnet's going to be on the field when I turn around again. But Team the Banditos gets a win. 155.64 at this point to 151. Probably going to end there. I can't imagine Kenneth Walker getting more points at this point. And I actually hope they don't play him again. But Giants look very sad. Banditos with a gigantic win. These are two 2-1 teams. 2 teams that were in the conversation for being one of the better teams in the league. The Banditos does get to separate themselves in a pretty fun matter. So I'm very, very happy for Team the Banditos for that. Jalen Hurts 35 points. Kenneth Walker 16 points. But then Stephon Diggs 3 touchdowns gets him to 40 points and really gets you the win on his own. Diggs a fantastic option. That's why you want these kind of ceiling guys like Jalen Hurts and Diggs. Potentially the 2 highest ceiling guys at their position outside of Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson. But just, he got sacked. But the concern here is T. Higgins gets an injury. And I mean, that offense is looking bad anyway. He's only going to miss a week or 2, but now you're going to go dealing with the injuries to Saquon and T. Higgins. The fact they were able to escape that situation, being 3-1, even if you lose next week 3-2, and then you have them both healthy no matter what in 2 weeks, probably Saquon back next week, is very reassuring. I think for Team the Banditos, things are really looking up. And it doesn't actually look like I really made a prediction for Team the Banditos since I rated them 3rd overall in my preseason standings. I guess I just want to have them on the map here as like a guaranteed playoff team. I wish I said that earlier, but I had them 3rd overall, so I guess I did. Banditos guaranteed. I'm going to just say Banditos finishes 3rd in league like preseason ranking. I'm just getting so specific with my predictions, but I think you're going to finish exactly where the preseason ranking was. I think it's a very, very solid team, but not the best team in the league. El Grenos gets the loss, go to 2-2, a team that I did say, I rated them 5th. So I'm glad the 3rd team might have beat you, but you do beat a good amount of teams at 151 points. Lamar's looking great as always, 33 points. Cook getting the usage you would want to see out of him and getting in the end zone like you'd want to see out of a guy in such a good offense. But of course, and Nacua, he's absolutely remarkable. He's still going to be good with Kupp. Don't buy into that. The concerns here are 2 guys in offenses that are very disappointing. Stevenson and Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, you got to be higher on. He had a good last week. He wasn't bad this week. 9 targets, 7 catches, 73 yards. I don't know if Burrow should sit or not. I have to guess things could only get better, but definitely not a top 3 guy like drafted. Probably more if there was a redraft, probably a late 1st, maybe even early 2nd. But still like him as a wide receiver 1. Him and Nacua and Devontae Adams are the best wide receiver group in the league. I'm not concerned at all about El Grenos. In fact, I think Stevenson also is one of the better buy low RB candidates because his involvement in the passing game is much lower than last season and has been lowering every week this season so far. But if you're the Patriots and you're doing absolutely nothing and you look at what do we have, Stevenson's the best, most talented player on that offense. And I think he's going to get very involved in passing game again as well. So hopefully for you, Miles Sanders' injury isn't too concerning. Devontae Adams' injury isn't too concerning. And you can get Stevenson and Chase on deck. I think for El Grenos, even though you lost and went to 2-2, I'm going to guarantee a winning record playoff run for Grenos. I think you're not only going to make the playoffs, I think you're going to win a game, even though I just flicked you off earlier in this broadcast. So with that, a long recap, a little bit unhinged. I'll give a graphic warning in case there's anyone who's sensitive to that stuff, but I hope you all enjoyed the live version of the recap. If you want to see it again, would be happy. If it's too unhinged, also happy. We're just having fun out here. Peace.